What if aging wasn't the end of the story, but just the start of a new chapter? It's not a gradual slowdown, not decay, but a complete reset. Deep in the ocean, a tiny creature grows old, feels the strain of time, and then, quietly, almost magically, becomes young again. A creature so small you could miss it, so strange it breaks the rules of biology. Imagine for a moment you've lived a long, full life, but your body is tired, your cells are beginning to fail. But instead of fading away, your body remembers how to start over. This is the daily life of Turritopsis dohrnii, the immortal jellyfish. You can find this creature drifting in oceans all over the world, a nearly transparent speck, barely the size of a pinky nail. But within its delicate body, it holds one of nature's most mind-bending secrets. To really appreciate it, we need to understand what makes it so different from everything else. Most jellyfish live pretty simple, fragile lives. They drift on ocean currents, feed on tiny organisms, and eventually, their time runs out. They start as free-swimming larvae. Then they attach to the sea floor and become a colony of polyps. From these polyps, adult jellyfish, known as medusae, bud off and float away. And just like almost every other living thing on this planet, their story has a definitive end. They die. But the immortal jellyfish has a trick up its sleeve. When most creatures face danger, injury, starvation, or even just the stress of old age, they have two options: fight or flee. The immortal jellyfish has a third option: it rewinds time. When it's in trouble, it triggers an extraordinary biological process called transdifferentiation. Think of it like a biological factory reset. Every single cell in its body begins to transform. A muscle cell can become a nerve cell. A nerve cell can become a skin cell. The adult jellyfish, the medusa, literally collapses in on itself, melting into a formless blob of tissue, but it's not dying. From that blob, it astonishingly reforms back into a tiny polyp, the very earliest stage of its life cycle. It's a perfect restart. So what is transdifferentiation? It's the ability of a specialized cell to turn into a completely different type of specialized cell directly. In our bodies, this would be like a skin cell on your hand deciding to become a neuron in your brain, without having to go back to being a stem cell first. It's a biological shortcut, reset button written directly into its DNA. Scientists think this incredible ability evolved as the ultimate survival mechanism. When the ocean environment becomes too hostile, too cold, or there's no food, the jellyfish doesn't waste energy trying to survive, simply hits the reset button, hunkers down as a polyp, and waits for better conditions to return before growing into an adult again. For scientists, the immortal jellyfish is far more than just a biological curiosity. It's a living, breathing window into how cells age and, more importantly, how they might one day be unaged. Researchers around the world are studying its unique genetic code, trying to pinpoint the genes that allow it to perform this biological miracle. If we could understand how it tells its cells to repair and regenerate so perfectly, it could revolutionize medicine. Imagine being able to regenerate damaged organs, repair failing tissues, or even slow down the human aging process itself. The secrets hidden inside this tiny creature could change the future of humanity. But there's a catch to this version of immortality. The immortal jellyfish doesn't truly live forever in the way we might imagine. It can still be eaten by a predator. It can be killed by pollution. Its power to rewind time means nothing if the ecosystem around it collapses. So perhaps its story isn't really about escaping death. Maybe it's about something more profound, learning how to start again, how to adapt, and how to find renewal even in the face of decay. Because somewhere in the vast silent ocean, time doesn't just move forward. For one tiny creature, it loops. Thanks for watching. If you found this as fascinating as I do, consider subscribing for more journeys into the wonders of our world.